This is 2016 Topps Series 1 case break number 4. Got 6 boxes to break tonight. Hoping for some really nice cards for all the teams. Getting them out's the not so fun part. These ones are at the bottom. They're so tightly put in here. My final case, 4 out of 4. I'm kind of disappointed this being my final case. I've really enjoyed the cards we've got. We've got some really great cards for a lot of different teams. I will admit that I will not miss the nervousness of wondering if people are going to bid on eBay and if I'm going to be able to get the cost back and the eBay fees back. That I won't miss. Got a little clumsy here tonight. I'm going to try to move pretty quickly through the inserts. One of the big problems that we get sometimes 3 copies of the same insert, so outside of our big hits per box, I'm going to try to move along pretty quickly. Once you've seen a perspectives card of a player once, you've seen it 20 times. Same with the first pitches. Get the autographs, relics, big hits up on Twitter shortly after. So we start through the base here, and I said I'll give you a quick little case. This is your first case. This is Topps base card this year. A lot of design, a lot of nice color. You'll see I'm going to go straight for the middle of packs. All the hits are in the middle. Base. Perspectives. Craig Biggio, Houston Astros. These are a reprint card. These are not the buybacks. These are not authentic. These are just reproductions. They're to honor Berger's Best as a series. He was the top executive. So this is the Brooks Robinson going out to the Baltimore Orioles. We've got a foil Mookie Betts going out to the Boston Red Sox. Michael Trout, Albert Pujols, Angels back-to-back. Kerry Brownstein, first pitch, Seattle Mariners. And this going out to the A's, it's a red stamped John Henry Johnson. This is one of the buybacks, the 79 Topps buybacks. Then we go right back to the base, and unlike in past years, the back of the pack does not contain an insert necessarily. We will occasionally see bunt cards, which are just basically, here comes one actually. This is on the back of a pack. It's not really an insert card. It's just advertising their bunt program. But put that aside anyway. So basically, here we go. Usually we start out with the perspectives, or sometimes there's a gold foil card before that, but in that case there's not. Johnny Petrata, St. Louis Cardinals, perspectives. Reprint, best card, Dennis Eckersley, Cleveland Indians. California. Yeah, you know you've been collecting a long time when you call them the California Angels. But they're also the Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels. C.J. Cron foil. Stan Musial, pressed into service. Cardinals, this is when a position player has to go in and pitch. Ryan Braun, Prince Fielder, Brewers, back to back. And then we're back to the base. Back to the base. About 3,000 base cards, so it will take a little bit of time to sort through all of these. Get them in the teams. Going out to the base here, got our first gold card. Francisco Rodriguez. Francisco Rodriguez going out to the Milwaukee Brewers gold. These are numbered out of 2016. Perspectives, Washington Nationals, Bryce Harper. This is a reprint of Tom Seaver, New York Mets. The reprint best cards. First pitch, Abby Wambach, New York Mets. "100 Years at Wrigley." Going out to the Cubs, take me out to the ball game. Nick Swisher, Preston to Service, New York Yankees. We will probably get about 3 of most of the Preston services before we're done, so we'll move a lot quicker as we come across more Nick Swishers and more Abby Wambach first pitches. Randy Johnson, Diamondbacks. Perspectives. Josh Hamilton, Tampa Bay Rays. That's the best reprinted card. Our first big hit to the Blue Jays, black and white. We'll get a better look at that in a minute, but I like to put it up there real quick, let you see it, and then I want to get it put in a sleeve. Ryan Goggins, Toronto Blue Jays, and that's one of the black and white cards. Back to back, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, New York Yankees. LeVar Burton, Chicago White Sox, first pitch. And Rafael Palmeiro, Cubs. 100 Years at Wrigley. And at Wacky Pages, Boston Red Sox. They only did 5 teams with the Wacky Pages, I believe, so I'm not going to see a whole lot of variation on the teams. These are all just base cards. Going to start with our insert here. Tajon Walker, Seattle Mariners, gold. Numbered out of 2016. Phillies, Ryan Howard, perspectives. Cincinnati Reds, Barry Larkin, reprint, best cards. And this looks like the Chris Bryant short print. Because there's more inserts here, so really nice hit for the Cubs early. What this is the Chris Bryant, and it's got the camo logo for the Cubs. 100 Years at Wrigley, Kyle Scherwerber. Whew, it's always a mouthful to say. Paul O'Neill, pressed into service, Cincinnati Reds. And Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant back-to-back. And this is a little advertisement card. This is Rediscover Topps. If you register at Topps.com, you get 10% off your first purchase. So what I'm going to do periodically is just take a moment when this pile of base gets a little bit big, and I've got a box here on the floor to put them in, because I don't want them all falling over. So pretty good. So far in the first box with this nice Chris Bryant short print. See what we still got our big 3 hits left in the case or the box. Here comes our first hit of the box. We've got a manufactured pin, Seattle Mariners, Ichiro. Put that off to the side. There's all base cards behind it. Just getting it out on Twitter for those who are following on Twitter. I'll typically, when we have an insert, just go right to the big insert. That way, we're not messing around. We've got it enough little cards we're going to see enough. Billy Buckner, gold, Oakland Athletics. This is the John Smoltz Atlanta Braves reprint. Ozzie Smith, Perspectives. Stan Musial, pressed into service. Second one in the box. Buster Posey, Brandon Belt, back-to-back. And then we will get back to the base cards. Got a bunt card here. Put that off to the side. Get our inserts. Again, Coco Crisp, Oakland Athletics gold, numbered out of 2016. Justin Upton, Brewers, Perspectives. Reprinted best card, Atlanta Braves, Hank Aaron. I know we always just was our buyback, but it's not. Jose Canseco, pressed into service, Texas Rangers. Jeff Bagwell, Craig Biggio, Astros, back-to-back. And Monet Davis, Boston Red Sox, first pitch. Here we go, the Perspectives, Mark Teixeira, New York Yankees. Bo Jackson, reprinted best card. So we're going to have our autograph in this pack. Boston Red Sox, Koji Ihara, foil. And our first auto, going out to the Mariners, is Kaylee Marte. Again, I'll get a better look at it here in a second. I just want to show it to the camera so that you all can see the auto, but I want to put it in a nice protective case before too long. Gonna get it nice here in the Canel Marte of the Seattle Mariners. Base, here at the Koji Ihara foil again that we were looking at. We've got Hadley Atwell Royals first pitch, and Addison Russell Chicago Cubs 100 years at Wrigley. Here comes our game used relic. Throw the base here. Base right down to our Eddie Murray, Baltimore Orioles reprinted best card. This is Hoy Tulowitzki, Perspectives. Blue Jays, a little hard to tell, is Tulowitzki. Alcides Escobar, foil, Royals, World Series commemorative card. Bruce Sutter, Chicago Cubs, 100 years at Wrigley. Michael Cutter, Minnesota Twins. And David Ortiz is our first game used card. Nice red jersey there for David Ortiz. And the rest are base. Get that up on Twitter. I forgot to put the auto up there, so I'll put the auto up and we'll do that in a minute and get the game used up. Perspectives, Yasiel Puig, Dodgers. Michael Trout, Angels, buyback. Oh, not, sorry, let me correct that. Not buyback. It's Michael Trout reprint best card. The buyback's actually coming up. Chris Bryant, Cubs foil. No Chris Bryant, still hot. Ryan Sandberg, 100 years at Wrigley. Cubs. Ichiro, Preston DeServis, Marlins. And New York Yankees silver buyback of Roger Maris. Looks like 86 tops. It turns back the clock. It's 86 tops card. That was the buyback. And that's going to end box number 1. Just putting these all in. Once I get them all in, I'm going to stop the video briefly. And I'm going to go ahead and get it posted up to YouTube. So if anybody wants to sit around and watch anything about the video, they can.